January 5th.
Yeah.
Buckingham Township Supervisors Meeting. We always begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we will move on to the meeting. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now we will get to the first part of our meeting, the first item on the agenda. And it's my pleasure to invite my very soon-to-be colleague up here to be sworn in, Mike Bateman.
I can go first.
What?
I wasn't sure if we were doing Scott or myself first, but that's fine.
Scott can come up. We'll do Scott first.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That's fine.
We need a judge, and we need Scott.
Is there a judge in that?
Sorry, Scott, I'm sorry. I was jumping right ahead to the supervisor.
Sorry, Scott. We discussed this earlier. Congratulations.
Yes, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tim Barton. I'm the district judge for Buckingham, New Hope, and Silbury. I welcome everyone. It is my pleasure and honor to swear Scott Berger in as our newly elected auditor. Scott, I'm going to ask you to put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand, please. I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Scott Berger,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States
obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of auditor
and I will discharge the duties of the auditor
in Buckingham Township, Bucks County,
in Buckingham Township, Bucks County,
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations, sir. We'll need to sign the paper.
Oh, someone else. Scott.
I'll put it here. Can I ask Mike Bateman to come forward? And his family. So before we begin, I would like to ask Mike to explain the significance of the Bible that we're using for this swearing in.
Fantastic. Talk a little bit more of the history of it, but this is a Bible that was printed in 1632 and brought over here by the Paxton family, and it's been in Buckingham since they came over in 1682 on the land that was deeded to them by William Penn in 1680. So I wanted to bring something and take my oath on a Bible that has very historic Buckingham value, and huge thank you to Clint Flack and the Mercer Museum for allowing me to do this. So thank you very much.
When I suspect you're going to hold on to the Bible.
I will hold
Just to make sure. So in that event, I'll ask Mike to introduce his family.
This is my wife, Becca. This is my daughter, Maisie. She is 8. And then my son, Royce, who is 5.5.
Mike, could you put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand, please? Thank you. I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Michael Bateman,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of supervisor
and that I will discharge the duties of supervisor
in Buckingham Township, Bucks County
in Buckingham Township, Bucks County
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations, Mike. I'm going to ask Scott to come back up and for photo opportunity, and then with your family, please, Scott. And this time I'm going to ask you to introduce your family so everyone in the room knows who they are. Like,
So my son here, Justin, I'm sure he's loving this moment right now. Coming back from University of Rhode Island, and my lovely wife, Janet. I think somebody got it.
okay. All right. In that, okay. Do you want a picture of Scott or Scott?
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And then, if just your indulgence, if Mike and Scott could have a few pictures taken with each other. Thank you.
All right, and for Norma and Dana. Sorry, two more. Thank you.
Scott. And that concludes the swearing in for these gentlemen. So if you want to move on to the next order of business, would be awesome.
Thank you,
You
Judge.
guys can sign. Hold on, make sure you sign where it's.
Still in training.
Scott's on.
Now?
No, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
First one's on
And then,
your
hold on, and then we're gonna have it notarized. And then Mike, you can sign there.
If you want to get a picture.
That's fine. They may come to you, I'm sure.
If you want to do it right now, you can do it. Whatever you want.
Okay,
If you-
All right.
You know, we do that. We do Dana.
no process.
all right.
What about this?
Sorry, Tim, right here.
Yeah. Do it now?
Michael?
I think
Thank you
we're
very
having a
much.
picture.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the help.
We'll do it.
Okay.
Meet you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'll be around.
We'll do a couple of photos. Me,
Yeah, they're gonna do it now, so because they, the families have pictures.
Just give me a mic.
I think they just want you guys, I'm just an aunt.
I wanted you to take a picture.
Oh, you don't want me to take a picture.
Just take a
Look at
picture.
Dana,
You have the camera open, just take a picture.
All right. Gordon's on it too. And Norma.
That's good.
Right where you're standing. Shannon. You and me.
Make sure it's okay.
This is a team effort.
Look this way, Mike. Look this way. Beautiful. Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, there she is.
Okay.
What are we doing? Let's go. We gotta.
Let's start. Let's start.
Let's do something.
Okay.
More pictures.
I think we're going.
Okay.
Swear some people in.
Yeah.
And we're done with swearing.
Only mosey around for so long. Okay, welcome. First stand up and shake my hand.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Maggie. Congratulations. Thanks, John.
We're off to the races. Okay. We swore Mike in, we swore Scott in. Now, the next thing on the agenda is we appoint a
Maggie,
temporary.
if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to
Oh.
say something.
Oh,
You're
you,
fine.
and you just told me that
That's
10
okay.
minutes ago. Mike has something to share.
Thank you very much. Buckingham is a special place, a community built by people with dreams. Today, I took my oath on a remarkable piece of local history, the Paxton Family Bible, printed in 1632 and brought here by one of Pennsylvania's earliest families. William Penn granted the Paxtons the land where Elm Grove Estates now stands in 1680, a property that is synonymous with Buckingham right down the street. Their family called Buckingham home for more than 300 years. Thank you to Mr. Clint Flack and the Mercer Museum for making it possible to use this historic Bible. I chose it not just for its age, but for what the Paxtons represent. Families who come here, build a life, and leave a legacy. Buckingham should be a place where people from all backgrounds feel welcomed because we never know the mark that they will make. We must remember none of our families started here, but all of us can help build what this township becomes next. To me, it's important that we continue to push Buckingham forward, allow for new ideas and legacies, while keeping a nod to its past. I began this journey as a neighbor. I remember one time lingering in the lobby after a supervisor's meeting about a year or so ago, long after most everyone had left, and I was still chatting with some neighbors. John was locking up as he needed to get home, and I joked, "Don't worry, John, I'll have the keys soon enough." Tonight, that joke is now a reality. The road to this moment has been long, challenging, and filled with incredible people that deserve a special thank you. To my wife, Becca, thank you for holding things down at home so I could knock on doors and meet our neighbors. To my kids, Maisie and Royce, thank you so much for helping me knock on doors and hand out bug wipes and koozies at the concerts in the park. Your joy kept me going. To the Buckingham Democrats, our planning and your support pushed me to work harder and be ready. To the No Buckingham Warehouse Group, especially Jeff, Victoria, and Jen, thank you for your partnership and your persistence. To the more than 5,200 residents who voted for me, thank you for believing in my nonpartisan vision. And even to those who didn't vote for me, thank you for giving me something to strive for. I'll work every day to earn your trust. Many people know me as the guy that stopped the warehouse. While I'm super proud of what this community was able to achieve as a group, the warehouse was never the main issue in Buckingham. The warehouse was a symptom of many underlying issues that need to be addressed in Buckingham. Outdated zoning, backroom deals, lack of responsibility for people to do their job, a small boutique engineering firm hired meant to represent us that has no business or expertise in warehousing or truck terminals, and so much more. I ran on a platform of change, transparency, and community engagement. I believe you can love a place and still strive for it to be better. I love Buckingham, but I love what Buckingham can become even more. Some will say I'm here with an agenda and they're right, and it's simple. Number one, transparency and accessibility. Let's open the doors to government, stream every meeting, make documents easy to find, keep residents informed, comply with right-to-know requests without a fight. People in this building have told me that they're concerned by some of the residents that seemingly have my ear. My response to them is they just don't understand my goals. I want everyone to be able to have my ear. I will talk to anyone that wants to talk to me. I don't care if they have a standing or historical issue with the township or anything else. I'll begin encouraging open communication by holding monthly office hours in this building to make sure I'm accessible to everyone. I'll publish these hours at the earliest possible notice and will do my best to keep them consistent. Number two, modernization. Let's bring Buckingham into 2026. This means updated zoning to meet the issues people and businesses face today. It's time to remove decks from being considered impervious so folks can build common sense home projects on their own property. It's time for an easier to navigate website, online plan submissions, credit card payments, and better tools for residents and businesses. I'm excited to see that we are on our way to accomplishing some of this already, and it's way past due. Let's keep moving forward. Buckingham is a township that continuously prides itself on farms and farmers. This is indeed something we will continue to hold up as a source of pride. Currently, there is no forum for our farmers to have a consistent voice in our township. Neighboring Solberry Township had a similar issue and decided to establish a farm committee. Now is the time for Buckingham to follow suit and set up a similar committee to keep township officials up to date about developments in their industry so we can address them in a timely manner. Farmers are facing unprecedented challenges, and that industry is changing rapidly. This often requires local government to act quickly and help local farmers succeed as the industry changes. I will also continue to encourage our board to move our parks into modern times. Our parks are indeed beautiful, large, and green. But just because we can host 50 flag football games in a park at any given time doesn't make them great. What will make our parks great is making them a destination for families. Right now, too many families head to other townships' parks to play with their kids. We must push for inclusive play structures for children of all ages and abilities. Neighboring townships continue to invest in upgrading their play structures while ours stay squeaky, unimaginative, and dated. Improving these features will ensure Buckingham stays a destination for our families. Number 3, ethical and responsible procurement. The era of no bid renewals for major contracts must end. Our solicitor and engineering contracts must go through a fair, competitive, and public bidding process. We need both the right firms and a fair price. Our contractors become our partners, and we count on them to be our voice to our neighbors on things us supervisors are not experts at. We must be able to trust that our contractors are charging a fair price, and most importantly, offer proper advice. Their interactions with neighbors should be measured and reasonable, not condescending and arrogant. They should aim to work with our neighbors to make their lives and projects easier, not nuanced and expensive. Since the election, I have had many meetings with people inside and outside of this building, and one thing is clear. Our previous Board of Supervisors have directed these contractors to make it difficult and expensive for anyone to do any sort of project. The hurdles Buckingham residents face due to this are unlike any other nearby township. This results in fees and lawsuits that take our tax dollars and put them into the pockets of lawyers and engineers instead of using them to improve our township. Winning the election was the easy part. Now comes the work. The people of Buckingham sent the board a clear message. It's time for change. The antics of the past must stay there. These priorities aren't just mine. They're yours. I heard them on your porches and at your kitchen tables, and it's an agenda that won every single precinct in Buckingham. The outcome of this election wasn't determined because of the warehouse or a blue wave or any other singular issue. It was because voters in Buckingham have seen the same thing for far too long and said it is no longer what is best for our township. I hope this board is willing to listen to the people. Now, we must govern with empathy, common sense, integrity, and openness. So let's get to work. Together, we will move Buckingham forward, guided by one promise. I will work to always represent your voice in our future. Thank you.
No, my only comment is if I had done backroom deals, my house would be painted.
And if Buckingham was that corrupt, none of you would be living here because we have the most open space in Central Bucks and the lowest taxes in Bucks County. So
Okay,
there,
the next thing,
that's my comment.
okay, on the agenda is to appoint a temporary chairman. And I'll make a motion that John be the temporary chairman.
Second?
I guess all in favor, it's the two of us, John.
Aye.
You're the temporary chairman. This is, and this protocol is, it's laid out,
It's
as it's a state,
tedious.
Protocol.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
tedious.
sorry.
Okay. So, I make a motion that we have an election of vice chairman. It's gonna be Maggie.
Of a chairman.
You said chairman. I said, and then now it's
We don't
vice
need a
chairman.
temporary chair.
Okay.
chairman.
It's on here. Okay, so number 3, I move that we appoint a voting delegate and alternate delegate
Yeah.
to
but
the.
Wait, we have number 2.
Oh, all in favor?
Wait, you have to make a motion to elect a chairman.
Oh, sorry. I vote that I be the chairman for the meeting,
Okay,
and Mike already seconded that.
that's all in favor.
Aye.
Aye. Now you make a motion to elect a chairman for this board for the rest of the year.
Oh.
Actually, it says first is public comment and then election. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
if you
okay.
Yeah.
I don't care if
Yeah,
you
okay,
like
Yeah,
it.
no, let's do the public comment. We have 30 minutes of public comment. And then we're gonna have our act together. Public comment. Oh, good.
No,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Good evening, Lou Spatafor, 3659 Covington Lane. Congratulations to the board. It was great seeing a little bit of Buckingham and US history with the Bible tonight. Just want to call to the attention of this board, a public safety issue that has arisen in the last year. And I will start by saying just because you can doesn't mean you should. And what I mean by that is park a commercial vehicle on any public street in Buckingham. We've experienced large commercial tractor trailer cabs parked at the corner or the intersection of Harrington Court and Covington Lane, which is where I live. Several neighbors are here tonight that are affected by this. What is the effect? It is a public safety issue. If there was a fire, I can assure you there would be a problem. We have anywhere from 1 to at times 3 tractor trailer cabs parked on a public street that is not accessible then by a fire truck, police, children playing, US postal delivery. It goes on. It needs to be addressed. Now, as a good neighbor, I did reach out to the neighbor and asked him to politely, don't park your truck on the street. And I'll continue to do that as a good neighbor.
May I ask a quick question? So this is a neighbor that owns this truck. This isn't like a truck parking for overnight rest or something like that.
So I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe others here can get up and comment about that. I don't know if that really matters.
No, it doesn't. I was just wanting clarification. Thank you.
Yeah, it is a tractor trailer cab that's been parked there off and on for extended periods of time for the better part of a year. If there is not an ordinance that can address this, then I would ask this board to consider one, whatever that takes. You'll tell us what we need to do. We're asking you what needs to be done. I wish this board all good things. Thank you.
That's the picture. I was asking, saw
Oh,
it.
Lou, do you have an HOA there?
No,
We do not have an HOA.
Is there an ordinance in place?
not for parking on
No.
the street. That's what he's
Yeah, so
addressing.
you can correct me. My
I'm
understanding
looking at
is.
pictures of it. I'm not being rude.
Yeah, I've been in touch with the board, but I wanted to make it public so everyone else knows that we have already communicated this to the Board of Supervisors. If you're not allowed to park on your driveway, I would argue it shouldn't be on a public street either. There should be a place, if you're driving any commercial vehicle, that you would be able to accommodate the parking of that vehicle. Idling it, servicing it, none of that makes any sense, and that has occurred. Doesn't matter if it's overnight for just a minute. You don't want a tractor trailer in any residential street in Buckingham. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nancy Dishart, and I live at 3085 Yorkshire Road in Buckingham. My family bought the house in 1968, and I bought it from them in 1986, so I've been a resident of Buckingham for most of my life. I just heard some things tonight. Welcome, Mr. Bateman. I trust that you have the best interests of Buckingham at heart, and I wish you well.
Thank you.
I did hear some things in your statement tonight, your opening statement, that were of great concern to me. And I almost want to see a list of footnotes on some of the things that you stated. My experience with the supervisors in Buckingham my entire life was that I've been able to ask questions, get answers, be treated very respectfully. I was very pleased that our township hasn't exploded like the borough has. And I'm concerned that from hearing your statement that many things have gone on that none of us knew about. So I would ask from you, as a favor to the residents of Buckingham, for you to go through your comments and for you to take each comment and show us a footnote for what that comment refers to. Because I want to know if things have been going on that I had no idea about. I want to know if there's been things that have been done illegally. And I want to know that this isn't just campaign rhetoric
Sure.
and is truly, I mean, it's so easy to give a top line statement. We're all tired of them. So do you think that's something you could do for the residents of Buckingham, is to break that down and tell us exactly what you mean?
It was a long speech. There was, if there was any specific portions you would like clarification on, you can absolutely shoot me an email, and I will be more than happy to get you any information. But a lot of it is from talking to people. I've been at doors. I've been at over 3,000 doors that I've talked with people. I've met with our solicitor. I've met with our engineer. I've met with other solicitors. I've met with other engineers.
I understand that, and if I could just give you one example, I have a dear friend, and she said, oh, those Republican supervisors. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, oh, well, they let the guy next door put on a big addition. And I mean, that was so far from the truth. And so, you know, that was just, to me, that was just one indication how people say things and they really don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So if I could get a copy of your speech,
Sure.
I'd be glad to go over it with it, because I think we deserve that.
Sure.
And again, I wish you the best of luck, and I
Thank
know
you.
you'll serve us with great humility and great commitment.
Sure.
Thank you.
If you send me an email with your email address, I'll be sure to get you information.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Anyone else? No, I'm the
Oh, you're
chairman.
the chair.
Anybody else?
I'm not a resident.
Steve.
I want to rate the residents to have you on.
You're a public official. Come on.
Steve Sanaciro, 530 Southridge Circle, Lower Makefield Township. First of all, to the Board of Supervisors, I wish you all the very best. To our new supervisor and the new auditor as well, congratulations. And obviously to our district judge, I don't know if he is still here tonight. I want to congratulate him as well. As a former township supervisor myself, I know how impactful this role can be, what things you can do for your community and how you can make a positive impact. And what I would like to impart, if I may, this evening is campaigns end, and when they end, it's time to govern. And governing requires cooperation. It requires reaching across the aisle. It requires building consensus. And it requires having a positive vision for the future of the community. And I think what you will find, even in a board where there are Democrats and Republicans, is that 99.9% of the votes that you take will be 3-0. It will only be a small percentage where there will be heartfelt and sincere differences.
Agreed.
And when those happen, I think focusing on the substance and not engaging in any kind of vituperative rhetoric is important to maintain a good working relationship. That is what I saw in my 5 years as a township supervisor. It's what I continue to see as a member of the state senate. And it is, I think, the greatest hope we have to continue to keep our country the greatest country in the world by being one people working together for the common good. And so I urge that for this board. I congratulate Mr. Bateman as the new member. And I look forward to working with Buckingham Township as we have in the past, moving forward to make it the best community possible. Congratulations.
Thank you, Steve.
Have a good night.
And I would just like to thank Senator Senario and State Representative just left, but these two fellows got us a $2+ million grant for our PFAS issue in our water. So thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't need the mic, I'm just here with my neighbors, and especially for neighbors right here. How old's your daughter? 7, and the 3 trucks that Lou just talked about. Is there anything else I need to do regarding that issue? This is new to me in this process.
No, but give Laura your name and your address.
Okay.
So when we start to, work on this, you'll be in the
I
loop
just wanted to
with,
make sure I'm
with
good
Lou.
as a neighbor.
Yeah, has anyone called the police and had an incident
Yeah,
report
wait,
done?
Tim, Jana.
You have,
where's
okay.
I'm here.
Jana?
I'm over here. We did, we received the complaint. I'm the township manager, at least right now.
Thank you.
We'll see what happens. But, we did receive the concern, and we have, the zoning officer has been looking into it, and we did call the police at the time to look and to check the registration and everything on the cabs. The cabs weren't there at the time, unfortunately. I mean, the biggest thing is to call us when they're there, if you can, or send us, an email or that kind of thing, so we can try to get that information and follow up that way, like when it's happening. Because we did get that information, the pictures were great to see what was going on out there, but it's best if we can address it like right then. So that would be my only advice, but we are looking into it more and following up.
Thank you.
Do you know if there's any Pennsylvania state statutes that we can follow to start doing it or anything?
I can't think of
Yeah.
any state type law because, just general state law is roads, they wanna have vehicles on the roads and vehicles using the roads. So general state law isn't going to help in these situations usually. It's just something we have to look at in neighborhood, or whether there's something we can do as because of the the condition of your road or site distance or that kind of thing. So we were looking into that, but there's no like general Pennsylvania Department of Transportation like rules that you can't park a cab on a street. If anything, you can park. Like,
What's to a stop sign or a fire hydrant? Doesn't it have to be so many feet away?
well, yeah, you can't park in front of a hydrant, but then that again is something, call us when it's happening. You can go get ticketed for that. But I think long term, as far long term might be a different solution than what we have to do in the short term.
I have a question.
Are they allowed to do
Wait a minute, you know what? Let's-
You have to
let's-
give your name.
Yeah, stand up and.
Sorry.
Give your name to Lori and your address.
Yeah, so, because we.
Yeah.
we-
I live on Covington Lane, where
Name?
this situation is.
Just give your name to Lori so she can put it in the
Oh,
minutes.
Minutes.
okay.
Name and address.
Walt Sapaniak, 3683 Covington Lane.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Now,
sir.
I just wondered, they were doing maintenance on these trucks on the street. Is that allowable?
Well, that's something that we actually did not know until you guys are mentioning that. So that's something.
And
we
they were
have to-
drinking too while they were doing the maintenance.
Yeah. There's,
It's easier.
yeah, there's no
Well, I'm
ordinance.
not judging that part of it.
Yeah, there's no ordinance.
There's definitely not an ordinance.
There's no
specific
ordinance.
on that, but I can certainly follow up with the police on that also. But it generally, if you can, if Lou or if you can have actually the best thing, if one person can take the lead, that's even better. And then send that information, and then I can kind of get that information back out to all of you. I mean that's a helpful way to do it too.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, more to
Lou, do you know who the trucks belong to?
I do not.
Okay.
Yeah, that
That'd
was
be-
the thing we
yeah,
were
that would
trying to
be-
get the
that would be useful.
registrations on the
Yeah.
trucks.
That'd be someone in the back.
I mean, but that's police work. I mean, I don't know what my neighbors own cars.
I know, but by the time you
And
call,
that's why-
by the time you call the police and the truck's gone, it's not gonna do
I'll take
any good.
pictures.
There's a young lady in the
I will
back.
approach them if they're there.
Well,
Or just get it.
I don't
Wait,
think
wait,
anybody
wait,
that
wait.
needs
I'm not
that,
doing
it's just
police
call us
Yeah.
when they're there,
Okay.
so when our
Yeah.
police officer goes out there, they're there, they can run the tags, they'll do
Thanks.
that, you don't have to do the
I don't
detective
know.
work in that. but, you know, just so you let us know when we can.
Hi, my name is Joanne Delora. I live next door to the house where the cabs are being parked, 5306 Harrington Court, and my husband, Michael Roberta. We have some information about the owners. We looked up the name of the corporation that owns them. The drivers are the ones who are parking them in front of the residential house in our residential neighborhood. So we can send you that information.
That'd be great.
And what is your name?
So my name is Dana
Dana.
Koza. So my emails, can give you a card.
Okay, great, thank you very much. Yeah, it's an issue, and we'd all
Yeah.
gotten
Yeah.
comments, we got letters from the township about line of sight, and everybody in our development got letters, asking us to trim our trees, and you could see line of sight, especially when there's still curves or there's turns, and these trucks are blocking that line of sight, and you can't even see what's happening coming from the other direction. And we worry about the kids, the dogs, and cars. We can't see what's happening. So, Matt, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Anyone else?
Wait, can we-
Chairman.
Any other public comment? Okay, seeing no other public comment, we're gonna move on to number 2. I move that Maggie Rash be the chairman of the board of Buckingham Township Board of Supervisors for 2026.
Second?
Questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye. And I will move that we elect John Forrest as vice chair for the year 2026.
Second.
Questions, comments? No applause?
All in
All in
favor?
favor?
Aye. I don't like applause. Okay.
Number 3.
Moving forward.
Yeah. We need to appoint a voting delegate and alternate to the annual state convention of the PSATs, the
And
Pennsylvania Association.
I do not see myself going to the PSAT this year
I anticipate
because
going.
of traveling. And I had mentioned that to Mike. So I have no problem if you two want to, one of you becomes the voting and one becomes the alternate.
Maggie, I know you wear multiple hats with this. Is
Well-
it easier for you to be chair but does it not matter?
You mean to?
I'm sorry, the
PSAT?
voting delegate.
Yeah, I'm happy to be the voting
Okay.
delegate
I
because I
just-
have to go with Picado.
I just
And
didn't know
I'm
if
not
that
voting for
interfered.
Picado, but if
Okay,
it's
no,
fine.
that's fine. I just didn't know if that interfered with you being
No.
able to, okay,
No,
that's
no,
fine.
no. Okay. All right. Well, we've settled that. I'm going to be the voting delegate and Mike's going to be the alternate. So if I don't go, if I don't go to the vote, say, Mike, you're on.
And Maggie goes because she's the head of the Bucks County Association of Township Officials.
I am,
So that being said,
for better or worse of the county officials. Okay, let's go to the next one.
So wait, let's vote on that one.
We just,
Okay.
that's not a vote.
Okay. Oh, you're
Okay,
right. You're right.
We're gonna move on to resolution 2669. I move that we approve resolution 2669, setting the appointments of township officials for the year 2026. Those officials being Craig Smith, Township Solicitor, Knight Engineering, reappointed as Township Engineer, Castle Valley Consultants, reappointed as Water and Wastewater Engineers in accordance with their proposal, Bucks County Planning Commission, Luke Rosanova, Carol Manicone, reappointed as Landscape Review Consultant, Keystone Municipal Services, reappointed as Building and Zoning Department Service Providers, and High Schwartz LLP, appointed as Special Project and General Municipal Solicitor Legal Services.
Is there a way we can take these one by one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. The first one is Craig Smith, reappointed as Township Solicitor. We're voting one, but we're taking the vote. Okay.
Each.
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay.
Yep.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Do you need a second?
Oh, second. Okay.
I guess
Then
if
it's
we
a
do it that
comment.
way,
Yeah,
sure.
second.
Sure.
We'll do easy. Okay,
Mhm.
second.
Okay. All in favor?
Is there a
Aye.
comment?
Aye. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I want to go on record and provide a little bit of context for my vote on this resolution. after much research, I have found in some public documents, what is quite astonishing. I'm shocked that Craig Smith has not yet been dismissed as township solicitor. In late February of 2025, Mr. Smith recused himself from a conditional use application by SF4 Properties, which most of us know as Frolix, for seasonal festivals due to being named in a lawsuit that was filed back in 2014. Despite his own recusal, Mr. Smith had a telephone call with Paul Caldareo, who was a Buckingham Township supervisor at the time, in public at a doctor's office regarding this application. Not knowing that a local resident was within earshot, Craig went on for about 15 minutes, according to a signed public affidavit, providing a lot of legal advice and counsel with Mr. Caldareo regarding this case. I have all of the public documents here as to what went on in this case. But main thing is that Mr. Smith had recused himself 5 days prior to this phone call, according to public documents. By recusing himself, Mr. Smith had already determined that there was a conflict with his representation of this board on the matter, and he could not be the board's legal counsel. Due to this conversation, this conversation represents a potential violation of the Pennsylvania Rules of Professional Conduct. Additionally, Mr. Forrest had also recused himself from this application on the same day as Mr. Smith, meaning that there were only two remaining members of the board for this matter, Mr. Caldareo, who was on the phone call, and Ms. Rash. Therefore, Mr. Caldareo represented a majority of the board, meaning that his his vote on the application could make the final determination of the application regardless of how Ms. Rash voted. That means that this conversation also violated Pennsylvania's Sunshine Act. Lastly, Mr. Smith had what appeared to be an attorney-client privilege phone call in a public location with people nearby that could hear the conversation. A publicly available signed affidavit shows this conversation actually did occur. Mr. Smith even replied to this affidavit in the letter to Tom Panzer. Tom is the appointed solicitor for this application since Mr. Smith recused himself. Mr. Smith stated in his letter, "While I was at the hospital of the University of Pennsylvania Radnor campus in a waiting area for a drug that I had been administered to take effect before continuing with the procedure, I had received a phone call from Buckingham Supervisor Paul Caldareo, and believing apparently incorrectly that I was in a position where my phone conversation would not be overheard, I spoke with Mr. Caldareo." He admitted to having this conversation, but didn't think he would be overheard, and so he had to call anyway. Mr. Smith says the resident misheard and misrepresented parts of the conversation, but there is simply no way for this resident to have the level of detail that was provided in the affidavit without overhearing this conversation.
Who's the resident?
This is public. It's Dan Kervick.
Dan Kervick, the one that's been suing the township and requesting all the.
Right.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. He's got a lot of issues with the township.
He has a signed affidavit here, John.
Yeah, that's fine. And a lawsuit and a lot of right to know requests.
And got $1 million.
40,
Preserve his
yeah,
land.
$43,000 last year just we paid for right to know requests. But go on, continue. And I mean, I'm sure he's one of your sponsors, so continue.
In addition to this particular matter, the way that Mr. Smith handled the condemnation of land of local resident Sean McCardle should be considered another fireable offense. Not only did he recommend the wrongful, in my opinion,
That's another lawsuit we have right now. I mean, right now you're up to $100,000 of lawsuits just last year from two of your friends. But continue.
So in the wrongful taking of Sean's land in order to turn it into a spray field, he went on in an email to Mr. McCardle's lawyer saying, quote, "To the point of this recitation..."
The land is for sale. You know that.
The land is not for sale.
It was for sale. We bought it.
Didn't buy it. Anyway.
We bought it through a real estate agent, but continue.
So the point of this resuscitation is that your clients now contesting the condemnation is likely procedurally and substantively flawed. The contest is likely to be long, expensive, and ultimately unsuccessful, and if successful, we'll just start the process over again. Mr. Smith is threatening a resident to make it expensive for him and that if the township loses in court, that he'll just go back and do it the right way instead, since he didn't do it correctly the first time. So Mr. Smith's expert legal advice to the township without any case law citations is that spray fields are underground, which would allow the township to skirt the rules of condemnation. Yet in the same email, Mr. Smith also states that it is accurate that other than the spray heads, all the piping is underground. That's like saying that other than the wheels, the car is completely stationary. If retained, we will continue to pay Mr. Smith's legal fees through this fight as he continues to bill unreasonable rates and hours to the residents of Buckingham. And should the township lose this case, we will also be on the hook for Mr. McCardle's legal fees, as well as other property expenses, which will likely be well over $100,000. My research also shows that Mr. Smith's billing to be unreasonable and unrealistic for a township of our size. Since 2019, Mr. Smith has billed Buckingham and Buckingham residents over $2.5 million, an average of over $368,000 a year since 2019.
That's correct.
The only year he billed less than $300,000 was in 2020 when the world was locked in from COVID. As part of my research, I spoke with 4 different law firms that combined represent well over 100 municipalities. Without telling them how much we had been billed by Mr. Smith, I asked them, in a record year of billable hours, what is the most you would typically bill a municipal client, including their escrow accounts? All of them had the same answer, that in a rare case, they would hit $200,000 in billable hours to a municipality.
Mike, that's so disingenuous. Last year, Kervick cost $43,000. The warehouse appeal cost $41,000. Sharp versus Buckingham cost $3,400. $35,000 for the Froelich litigation, which is approaching $300,000.
John, this goes back to 2019. You
I
can't
know.
take 1 year out of
I'm
it.
just telling you. So if you subtract all those, that's $235
But you can't put Buckingham in a
minus
vacuum.
$460. No, there's no vacuum.
You're acting like other townships don't face lawsuits,
We
John.
we have $100,000 that goes to Craig just through development escrows. So by the time you subtract all the nuisance lawsuits and the developer, and I don't know if you're pro-developer or not. I know Fred Beans gave you a lot of money, but Craig gets paid $118,000 a year. By the time you subtract the bogus lawsuits and the escrow, so $118,000 a year. That's right where everyone gets paid, because you
So if you
can't
subtract out the work, he's paid reasonable?
But if you come in, if your friends come in and they start
None of
filing
this has to do with my friends, John.
okay, well, you're donors. If they come in and they start donating a lot of money to you, of course they don't want to pay legal fees or engineering fees. So I'm sure Craig's next or Dan's next. But whatever.
We'll get to Dan.
Yeah. Yeah. So remember, Craig Smith's the same guy that stopped 600 homes from being built down on 413 when we had the curative amendment when it came to Buckingham Springs. The same guy that stopped the airport and the same guy that did the appeal for the warehouse. So where do you want to start? Do you think he shouldn't have done the appeal for the warehouse? I mean, you got to pick and choose your fights.
No, you're acting like every township doesn't face legal battles, John.
Most of them don't. Buckingham is right in the middle of a lot of legal battles because
These bills go back to 2019, so you can't just take a year and say, okay, well, in 1 year he billed X number of dollars and leave all the other years out. How do you explain the $312,000 in 2019? How do you explain the $359,000 in 2021, the $326 in 2022, $365 in 2023? It's not.
This is a lot of issues that we have with toll brothers and developers.
So we're the only township where people want to build something.
Fortunately, Toll Brothers doesn't want to build here anymore.
They don't want to
And
build
that's
anymore.
why.
But whatever, Mike, continue.
Thank you, John. So in a rare case, they would bill a municipality $200,000, which is a number that makes sense because for about $200,000 a year, we could hire our own in-house attorney to work 100% full-time for us. Instead, this board has continuously approved Mr. Smith's contract year after year without any second guessing. And we're being ripped off and the numbers don't lie.
And now we have another attorney that we're hiring this year because we have so many lawsuits.
So Craig's firm's not equipped to be able to handle all the work that we're giving him?
No, we're giving him 40 hours a week. That's what we're giving him. And now we have High Schwartz is going to have to come in and pick up the rest of the right to know requests.
Yeah.
And all the other stuff. And we also have to hire We have to hire someone to do the write no request. We also have to get software, which is going to cost $50,000 a year to write no
I understand.
request. Yeah, so yeah, it's not easy, Mike, but we continue.
So I did some right to know requests. Plumstead Township has spent an average of $134,000 per year on legal services since 2023, with legal services accounting for about 1.2% of their tax revenue and $9.60 on a per capita basis.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I spoke to the manager at Plumstead and they don't have, that's just the smaller amount that John spoke to is comparable to that. They have two big issues and they haven't gone to court on them yet.
Yeah.
So all that 134,000, whatever what you said, that is just strictly township inter-township issues and, legal fees. So
Right.
in that respect, what did you say it was?
So
One,
why is Buckingham pay the lowest taxes in the county if we're spending too much on fees? Why?
I don't know why we're spending too much on legal fees. I haven't voted for those contracts.
Because we're not. We're paying the legal fees. We have to.
We're paying 2.2% of our tax revenue
to
and
protect-
$19 per
yeah.
capita.
To
Every
pr-
person is
to
paying
protect the
$20 a year.
township, and to have open space, we pay legal fees, and that's what we're doing. Our taxes are the lowest in the county.
Well, then let's save $200,000 a year and hire an internal lawyer, and hire an in-house
Yeah,
counsel.
we looked at that years ago, and it wasn't possible. So I don't know how you think it's possible
I don't
now.
know.
You might as well hire an in-house engineer also. Then.
Did you
Might as
say-
well.
Did you say
Yeah.
it costs $20 a household a year?
$18.97 on a per capita basis that Buckingham is
A
paying.
year per
Yes,
household?
correct.
I'll pay that for open
Me too.
space and not having
Doylestown's
and,
paying
and fighting and fighting.
$5.13.
I'm fighting the warehouse,
Yeah.
fighting the airport, fighting the land
Fighting for the
development. I'll
warehouse,
pay
and
for
this
that
is
in a
this is
heartbeat.
to get
Yeah.
the 40 homes. This is not fighting the warehouse. This is, I mean,
You're
yes.
correct. You're correct.
Again, if it was a
Yeah.
one-off lawsuit, that would be, your argument would be fine, but your argument is that over a 6-year basis that I have numbers for, and I could go back, I
Mike,
just don't want to overwhelm.
There's 7 lawsuits right here right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And what do you think
8, 9
those
lawsuits.
lawsuits were a result of, John?
Well,
And-
3 of them are a result of trying to break land preservation conservation
easements. And you know what? And we're going to get these. We get this money
And we're
back.
not
We get
breaking
this money back.
conservation
You
easements.
come
We're
in-
working with the county on
Yeah,
that,
if you-
not to.
Yeah, when it comes to conservation easements, it's the county and the township that are fighting together.
I understand that. These are the billables that were handed to me by Dana that we have paid Craig Smith.
That's correct.
And we're telling you
Yeah.
what some of them are for.
Yeah.
I am aware of what they're for, but they go
So-
back 6
so you
years. You
don't-
can't just take a year in a
you
vacuum
don't
or
care.
assume no other township
Okay.
fights legal
Okay,
battles.
continue. You're fine.
Again,
I'll pay $18 a year. I'll pay $100 a year.
so Mr. Smith's rate in 2025 was $254 an hour. And so that's the highest rate that I have been able to find in Bucks County for a township solicitor. Typical rates are about $180 to $200 an hour. So he's charging us 27 to 41% more than every other municipality. And now on the renewal request from him that's sitting in front of us, it increases that hourly rate even more. He's charging Cadillac prices with none of the benefits.
262. I think it's 262. Is that what it is? 264.
It went up, yeah, it went up, I don't know, 10 or 15 bucks, something like that.
It's $262 now.
Right, so he's increasing it again. So it's gonna be more than 27 to 41% of what other people are paying.
Well, that's what you pay for a good lawyer.
Okay.
I'm paying a lot more for the lawyers that are the Frolics are suing me, and I'm paying
You
twice.
shouldn't have lied about me then.
And I'm paying twice that much right now. So whatever.
You wouldn't be in a lawsuit if you didn't lie about me 2 years ago, John.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? Hold-
Anyway,
wait,
continue.
no. Stop. Finish what you're gonna say, and we're gonna vote, and let's
Yeah.
just stop.
Yeah, 'cause
We
this is
are
only
not
Craig.
going to go
Yeah,
forward
this is only
for
Craig Smith.
2026 like this. We're gonna
Yeah.
listen to what Steve Sanasario said. So if you want to continue, then go ahead and continue, and
Thank
don't
you.
pay attention to what Steve said. You want to start out nice, working together. This is not the way to do it. But go
I
ahead,
apologize.
finish.
Working.
Just finish.
So it's also my understanding that Craig is practically a solo lawyer with no paralegals or additional help. So there's no one to step in for him if he's sick or he's on vacation. This results in massive delays in responses. So our residents are receiving terrible service, but being billed like we're shopping at Nordstrom. So many times this results in delays of projects, abandoned projects, or more expenses for residents on their projects. None of this is acceptable. Beyond this, he treats residents with arrogance and disdain. I've observed him make people feel inferior and less than. I remember one evening when we were here with a room full of people for a warehouse meeting, and Mr. Smith greeted the crowd by saying how lucky we were all to be there because we were about to leave with a law degree for listening to him. This is 100% not acceptable behavior towards anyone, let alone the people that pay him nearly $500,000 a year. Buckingham prides itself on being fiscally responsible. Residents expect it, and it's clear that this contract doesn't meet that standard, and it's time to fix it. So based on this information, I'm asking this board to not renew Mr. Smith's contract for 2026 and engage in a interim solicitor, and also conduct a comprehensive RFP process to select a new permanent township solicitor from a new pool of candidates.
Okay. Maggie?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's you, Mike. You say no. Are we gonna do this with all of them?
Yeah.
Did you say opposed?
Yeah, say no. Just say no.
No.
Yeah. And do you want to do it with night engineering also? Can you shorten that one up?
I'll just vote no.
Okay, so let's just vote on Knight through Schwartz.
Too high score?
No.
Through High Schwartz, yeah.
Yeah, he wants to.
And
go
is there
each
another one?
No,
let's vote on night separately.
Okay.
I move that we reappoint night engineering. All in favor?
Aye.
No.
I make a motion that we appoint Castle Valley Consultants as water and wastewater engineers.
Aye.
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Aye. Aye. Sorry, say this for
It's
before you
okay.
finish.
Bucks County
Keep
Planning
going.
Commission, Luke Grosavana, is our planner. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Karen Manicone, reappointed as landscape review consultant. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Keystone Municipal Services, Inc., reappointed as building and zoning department service provider. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. High Sports LLP, appointed as special project and general municipal solicitor legal services. All
Aye.
in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that's resolutions 2669.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Let's see. Number 5. Resolution, I make a motion that we approve resolution 2670. Setting the appointment of the township manager. And that township manager being Dana Koza.
Think about that.
Well, basically.
Aye.
I need a second.
Second, aye.
Okay. Questions, comments? Do you have a comment? Nope. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Danny, you can come up now.
Come on up here. Number 6.
Thank you, Danny. Secretary and Treasurer?
Yep. I make a motion that we approve
Welcome back.
resolution 2671, appointing the secretary treasurer and authorizing the township secretary and or treasurer to sign contracts, documents on behalf of the Board of Supervisor. Dana Koza is appointed secretary treasurer. Jill Pistori is appointed township treasurer.
Second. Sorry, Mike. Can you second?
That's okay.
Yeah.
Questions or comments?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, number 7. I move that we approve resolution 2672, setting the Board of Supervisor meeting dates, 5 p.m. work session, 6:30 opening for the business meeting. The 4th Wednesday of each month will be the designated meeting day.
Okay, now I'll do a second, and then now, Mike, is that okay with you? Because I know we seem to get more people. We didn't get a lot of people when we started. It's 6:30 or 7. So,
Yeah, what do you think about
yeah,
that?
I don't,
So
it doesn't matter to me one way or another.
yeah, I mean, the work session starting at 5. That's fine. I have to work until 5 most days anyway.
Well, we
Or-
should
so-
move it up a little bit so you have breather.
No, it won't be a problem. So if I can, as long as I'm able to get here by 5, which shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, are you sure? I mean,
And then it's not always, usually the work session can be an hour. So it may be 5:30, 6:30.
Yeah, if you don't have a
I would say
slot.
most of the time the work session is going to be an hour. Because if we don't finish it,
5's fine.
if we don't finish it in the hour, then we stay after the meeting is done.
Mhm.
So we'll keep
so
it.
we wanna make the work session 5:30 to give you a little bit of time to
I don't
get
care
it
about
together, and then
that.
still the
Okay.
meeting, general business meeting at 6:30.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
It's up to you. Whatever time
Yep.
you want.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
5:30.
So we're
or
gonna set
6:30.
our work session for 5:30. And the business meeting, which is what this is,
6:30.
starting at 6:30.
And if anything's not finished, we
We stay
continue
after for work
afterwards.
session.
Okay. Good.
Mhm. Okay, I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ah,
I
bond.
move that we approve resolution 2673, setting the amount of the treasurer's bond for the year 2026 at $3 million.
Second.
Questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 2674, I make a motion that we approve resolution 2674, setting appointments to various commissions and committees. The vacancy board chairperson.
Gary, or Mike, can you unlock that door? I think someone was just trying to get in. Or Jeff.
Yes, there's nobody there.
Oh, because someone just hit the door and it's locked.
It shouldn't be locked.
So it was, I think it's locked. Unless it's open a little bit, it's locked. That's not locked. Okay, good. Thank you, Jeff. Sorry, man.
The vacancy board chairperson, Kevin McDavid, for 1 year expiring January 2027. The zoning hearing board, appoint George B. Michael Jr. for a 5-year term. Appoint Donald Talenti, Donald Talenti for a 5-year term.
Dr. Talente. Yeah.
Dr. Talenti. Appoint Thomas Ceccarelli as a second alternate for a 3-year term. And the rest of the board, the zoning hearing board, is in place. The Historical Architectural Review Board, reappoint Tony Hoffman for 3 years. Agricultural Security Area Advisory Commission, appoint John Forrest as the governing body representative for a 1-year term. Myself as alternate governing body representative for 1-year term. And Lori Wyson for a 3-year term on that particular committee. And if you would like to do that, whatever.
Yeah, Mike, if you want to be alternate, that's fine too. We don't have many meetings
Yeah.
on
Mm-hmm.
ag security anyway.
So,
Sure.
okay,
Yeah, we don't have, but that's fine. You can be the alternate, and then you can also, there's the open space on. Okay, nobody's.
Yeah.
Okay.
so what about that? Agricultural Security Area, good, okay, that's, with that.
You get that,
Welcome to the
Laura?
world.
Mhm.
Okay, Agricultural and Open Space Preservation Committee, yay! Appoint Maggie Rush as governing body representative for 1 year. Appoint Frank Ripp for a 4-year term. Frank Ripp, who has just preserved his second property. He preserved 80 acres, which was the Sikorsky property, which, since 1997, we tried to
New Hope Road.
preserve that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it included an 8-acre parcel, separate parcel that was on Creek Road frontage. Can you imagine what that would have gone for on the real estate market? Frank put conservation easements on that also, so that's awesome. And the county is partnering with us on 32 acres next door to his 80-acre formerly Sikorsky farm. Sorry, I just have to, I can't help but talk about it. And appointing Randy Sirwell filling a vacancy with a term to January 2028. Randy Sarwell is on the corner of New Hope and Forest Grove Road. He has, I think, 18 acres that we preserved. He also has acreage in Solbury, farms in Solbury, and
And
has several.
Wrightstown too. His
Uh,
tractor
and
business in
several,
Wrightstown. Yeah,
So all good representation on this committee.
farmer.
To the Environmental Advisory Commission, we have some wonderful members here with us tonight. I'm the governing body representative. I won't give that up. I appoint Owen Zalmy, I think is the way you say it, for a 4-year term, and Cindy Starbuck for a 4-year term. So we're adding to our group, Stephanie. The Planning Commission appoint Michael Jameson for a 4-year term. Historic Commission appoint Paul Calvarero for a 3-year term, and that's all part of the 325 committee that did all the wonderful activities and projects throughout the whole year. They have taken over the Historic Commission, which sort of fell apart, and they're looking forward to working on the General Green Inn also. And as a supervisor, Paul was a member of that group, but since he's not a supervisor anymore, we're appointing him to the committee. So
Mr. General Green's here tonight.
There's not a general yet.
Just
Sewer and Water Commission.
An Army general.
Jim Walter, who is our co-chair on our EAC, he is also joining this the Sewer and Water Commission. Whoops. And that's it. That's it. All those people were going to be appointed to committees. It's awesome.
Second.
Comment?
Comment.
I believe the website still shows that there would be vacancies on several boards, such as Parks and Rec. Has anybody volunteered to be on that committee that we haven't maybe considered or I don't see here? I know that there's other vacancies in,
Not recently.
not recently. So if we get a volunteer for that committee, we're able to appoint them at any
Yeah.
time throughout the year?
Yeah, as long as they don't have any outstanding issues with the township, and I don't,
Yeah, but at
That's
this
fine.
point, I think at this point, like the 325 committee kind of rolled over into.
We have been doing a lot of the
Yeah,
events.
yeah.
But
so,
that's
okay.
fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
But
fine.
we
yeah.
can
People
say-
to-
Anyone that wants to be, anyone else wants to
And
be,
Louise, who always chaired our Park and Rec, also, she's still our representative on the Bike and Hike
Right.
Club, and she is on the, she's staying on the Historic Commission.
Yeah.
So
Just,
we
yeah,
have that too.
maybe we need a little blurb on the website.
Yeah, I feel like we could probably get some people to volunteer for the Parks and Rec committee.
Good.
Good.
That's
So,
not my thing. I'm staying with the AC.
The AC is great, and like I said, I'm the one our parks. So
Yeah, well,
build
that's
that
good.
committee, right?
That's good. Okay,
Okay, I gave you.
any other questions,
give me
any
a
other
second.
comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Let's go to the next. Number 10. I move that we approve resolution 2675, appointing a certified public accountant to audit the fiscal affairs of the township for the 2025 fiscal year. That being, I still always look for the.
B. Bird.
Yeah.
B.
B.
Bergvall
Bergvall
and Company.
And
Bergvall
company.
And Company of Warrington, outside audit, an outside firm that does the audit. Second
Second.
question about that? No, all good. Comments, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, good. Number 26. Okay, I move that we approve resolution 2676, setting the pay rate for the non-uniform employees. It is the township, the supervisors hereby authorize raises to be given to non-uniform employees as part of the resolution. And we also set the guidelines for the township manager to exercise raises at the discretion of the township manager, because Dana is here, she sees the staff, she knows how the staff works, discusses it with us, and then we move forward. Is that good? Okay. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Trying to give you. Let's see. Okay, resolution
Wow,
26.
you get a lot of days off.
Well,
Really?
I
Bucks
move that
County
we
gets
approve-
more, my staff tells me.
I move that
The county does get more.
we approve resolution 2677, affirming the holiday schedule for the non-uniform employees. Do you know the difference? The non-uniform, the uniform
even put
employees
it
are
in there
police
for you.
officers.
Oh, yeah.
Non-uniform is our staff. And our staff is not unionized. And there are townships where the administrative staff is unionized.
Where's flag day?
So this is the holiday
Where's
schedule.
my flag?
Do I have a second? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I move that we approve resolution 2678, appointing an officer to provide tax certification, and that officer would be our locally elected tax collector.
Second.
Questions? Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks. 2679. I move that we approve resolution 2679, replacing resolution 2645, establishing a fee schedule of subdivision and land development, zoning, building, and other fees.
Second.
We have comments?
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
always.
So one thing I would like additional clarification on before voting, mainly around water and sewer fees. As you may or may not be aware, there are two neighborhoods within Buckingham, Fence Corner and Mill Creek Ridge, that are on a very different fee schedule for water and sewer. From my understanding, we are in the middle of undergoing a rate study. And I would like to know what the plan is at the conclusion of that rate study. Is that the plan to bring them into a uniform rate on water and sewer? Just water, just sewer? Because I feel that we need to bring everybody in line, and I can't support this resolution if the plan is not to eventually bring everybody to an equal water and sewer rate in Buckingham.
Well, as you know, we're doing the rate study right now. We would like to bring everyone into the same rate district. It looks like water is probably going to be a definite based on, you know, we had some of the discussions on some of the big projects we have in water. Sewer would be great too. That was the one that was a little more questionable with the firm that's looking at it, and I think we're kind of waiting to hear on their expertise back when they get through. I think, you know, we would like both of them to come in, but you know, those costs, that's why you have, the engineering firm that's looking at that to see what they'll be able to advise you, you know, whether they think that is reasonable or not. So the sewer was a little bit more up in the air, where the water seemed more of a definite.
And we don't have
in talking to them.
We do not control the water yet.
We do right now. If you remember, we just started.
We just started, but remember, so the one neighborhood Toll decided to build where there was a lot of arsenic.
Correct.
So we had to put a lot of scrubbers into it.
Yes.
So the water cost twice as much as any other neighborhood. And in the beginning, we're adamant that we were not going to make the rest of the township water customers pay because Toll decided to build where there was a lot of arsenic. And that's why they had a different rate structure.
Right.
When it came to Fence Corner, it's a tiny neighborhood. that had its own issues, and
They both have 75 homes in the neighborhood, so they're the same.
Yeah,
number.
they
but
are the
one,
same
but
size,
the one,
but
the one has arsenic, which
one is
yeah,
arsenic,
that's
and then
right, so-
Fenton's Corner also had minerals that had to be removed.
Yeah, and
So,
I,
but
Um,
Cold Spring
but-
water.
but-
So, but Cold Spring water at the moment, obviously, we've found PFAS, and we're undergoing.
Correct.
There's
So, are
P-
we going to start charging every time we have to put a filter in somewhere, or we have to?
no, there's
or is the
PFAS.
plan-
Mike, there's PFAS everywhere.
I get that.
So that way, unfortunately, everybody in the future, the reason we're going to go to probably a one rate district is because everyone's going to pay a lot more money for water. That's what's going to happen. But in the beginning, we just didn't want to reward developers for putting in homes where there was a lot of arsenic. And this was way before PFAS. This was
Right. This is like
This
5,
was
6 years
20
ago.
And I think at some point it will even out because there is not currently PFAS in Mill Creek or
That's
or
my
in
point.
Fenton.
Is if we're going to say, well, we're going to charge them because they have arsenic, but we're not
Which
going to
is-
charge Cold Spring
which
because
is
they
exact-
have PFAS. I don't think that that's right.
Oh, I think you have agreement of your board
Yeah,
members.
that's why we're-
Like
that's why
I
we're-
think you're all in agreement.
That's
I
why-
think that's why.
That's why we're doing the study.
Yeah, that's why the rate
we have
study
Yeah, the rate
And
study.
then,
is there.
so
Yes.
then what is so just so folks are clear, these two combined between water and sewer pay about an additional $250 per quarter, give or take. It's a few dollars from that, but an additional $250 per quarter for water and sewer combined.
As a government agency, you have to charge what it costs. There's no profit.
Do
when
we
it
have?
comes
Do
to
we?
this.
I understand that. Do we have fixed costs? Do we have documentation of costs to justify that?
Well,
Yes, we do.
I
With, when it
I was told
comes,
we don't.
well, when it comes to the just
Well, what are
discovered-
we talking about? We're doing the rate study now. We
Right.
did have all of our documentation on when they set the rates for the Toll Brothers, those two communities.
But those were estimates, right?
No, we actually had actuals in Mill Creek for a number of years because we had agreements back and forth with Toll Brothers. We also had agreements with Toll Brothers that we had to charge that certain amount in the agreements.
I understand that.
And that's what we charged. So there wasn't anything we could do about that charge until they were dedicated. We just dedicated the water and sewer in Fenton's and Mill Creek
Correct.
in the fall.
Yes.
So that triggers another, we can now look at those rates again. In the meantime, what happened is those communities that are only 74, 75 homes and both had big treatment costs associated with them. Now you have Cold Spring that's, 3,000 people and didn't have any treatment. So as John said, they didn't want to make, Cold Spring or Furlong pay for that. Now that Cold Spring now has the PFAS, we're looking at that cost. Now it
And Cold
kind
Spring
of
will be the
evens
first
out
year.
a little bit
Right.
more. And that's why we have someone outside looking at that does that for a living, a full rate study of both our water and sewer. I can tell, the staff would love to have one rate district
Right.
for all sorts of reasons. We just have to make sure that the numbers come out. It looks like the water would definitely come out because of the difference where we're seeing the PFAS now and how expensive PFAS is. So that kind of evens out. And in the sewer, maybe we'll get there too. And we're looking, at different projects even
That's why
and
we're
people
doing
with
the
feeling it. But we want to see, what they'll come back on that. But I would think at the end of the rate study, the expectation is that water is going to be universal. And sewer, it'd be great if it could be universal, but we want to make sure that they don't come back and say, no, that's not right. And then you guys can consider and do your thing.
Perfect.
I'm just bringing you the info. You get to make the decision at the end of the day. But
Just before voting, I wanted to clarify that it was on the table to hopefully bring both water and sewer into a universal, uniform rate for all residents of Buckingham.
That's been the plan for a long time.
Yeah.
Right.
Only because it's easier for everybody, but we have to make sure that it's justified.
Sure, it's also fair.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
I think we're at 15. I move that we approve the agreement between Buckingham Township and Central Bucks Emergency Medical Services for the year 2026, that being our ambulance service.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 16, I move that we approve the agreement between Buckingham Township and Midway Fire Company for the term of January 15th, 2026 to January 14th, 2027.
Second.
I'll make a comment. We're serviced by 3 fire companies. Midway Fire Company gets 67% of the millage that we collect. Lingahaken, Midway's our main fire company covering Buckingham. Lingahaken's 20% and Doylestown Fire Company is 13%. That's how the millage that you see on your bill for emergency services and fire companies, that's how it's added up. Okay, so that's my comment. All in favor?
Aye. Second. Aye.
Number 18, I move that we approve the agreement between Buckingham Township and Doylestown Fire Company.
Second.
Questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Did we miss Lingahaken? Did I miss Lingahaken? I did. No, let's jump back to 17. I move that we approve the agreement between Buckingham Township and Lingahaken Fire Company.
Second.
Questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now we're to 19. Did we do it all? We did it all.
Yep.
I move that we approve
Bill
the
list.
payroll dated December 18th, 2025 and January 1st, 2026. And the bill list for the meeting of January 5th. The total payroll and bill list is $925,697.83.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Number 20, I move that we approve the draft supervisor minutes for December 17th, 2025 work session and the December 17th, 2025 regular business meeting.
Second.
Questions or comments? You weren't there. So you have to read those.
Oh. Yeah, you were in.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Thank you for that. 21, not 2021.
Airport.
I move that we approve an extension to the Bucks County Airport Authority PH1 Township File LD 2001-03A. Now with that 2000, that first 4 letters, that's the year the thing started. 2001, even before me.
Yeah, this was all stormwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stormwater.
Yeah.
Anyway. Second, do I get a
Second.
second? Second. Questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 22, I move that we agree to the developer's request for extension to January 24th, 2027 for Daniel and Lisa Henry, 5388 Lower Mountain Road, tax map parcel 06021-027. And it is improvements to their stormwater facility.
Second.
Questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Number 23, I move that we approve the escrow release number 2 for Fairwinds Holding LLC. 3375 Dark Hollow Road in the amount of $4,048.75. However, there is a note from our finance director that $3,856.60 is owed to maintain the required minimum escrow. So we don't want to release that whole amount until
When they pay it,
when they pay it, yeah.
Oh, we'll just vote on it based
Pending,
on pending payment of
payment.
Yeah.
of
Money is
arrears.
due.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay, questions, comments?
Cool.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I move that we approve escrow release number 3 for Buckingham Friends School Gymnasium and Science Center project in the amount of $93,745.45.
So
Questions or comments?
they keep, they just move right along.
Yeah.
Never had an issue.
2 years.
Yep.
Submission of plan to
Great.
the opening of this incredible facility.
We
Took
vote
down
on
a
it?
huge
Yeah.
building, lots of cut and fill and all
Aye.
that stuff.
We all said aye.
Done.
We all vote on it.
Never
Yeah.
a question.
Nope. You did a
All
good
in
job.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You did a great job.
Okay, I think, oh,
Two
Mandatory.
more.
yes, okay. I move that we approve the memorandum of understanding agreement for the co-responder initiative between the police departments of Buckingham Township, New Hope Borough, and Salisbury Township, and the County of Bucks Human Services Division. And can you just say a little bit about this?
Sure. This is a county initiative. It provides a social worker to follow up on in certain instances. Right now, we actually have a victims assistance program in Buckingham now, but this would be yet another level of that to give it a try. So we have the opportunity to give it a try for 2 years and see how it works, whether it's, on whether it's needed or not, if we see benefits, if we don't need it, because we already have the victims assistance in place. But we thought this was a good way to try it. It's free to our community for now.
It's a grant for 2 years.
It's a grant for 2 years, and we can work, and we'll see how it does. But it would be a social worker that might follow up, for example, like maybe a domestic abuse call or something, and maybe there's some services that have to be done, and they would come like the next day and follow it through with that.
Yeah.
Can I
A
make
comment.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm on the board of the Women's Place, and I worked in the victim response team. And Kirksey has someone that reports into their police department. It's incredibly effective.
Good.
And it's a godsend for victims to have someone support them after, crime. So they have a fantastic program there. And I highly recommend moving forward.
Our chief was, who brought the program to us, he's very much in favor of it too. And he's hoping we would want to try it. Absolutely.
Yep. And we already are involved in one, and
Yeah.
that doesn't include Nova. But so this will be another one, which will be great. We'll see how it works out.
Yep. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Last one, I move that we approve the purchase order for the service upgrade to BS&A software in the amount of $33,825.
So
Okay. Questions, comments? All in favor?
And
And
this is our building department software that we are upgrading again. We did upgrades before, but this really makes it where you can fill out your permit application, pay online. It kind of goes to that next level. So that's what this is.
Instead of coming in.
That's great.
Yep. Okay. And then
I think that's it.
all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
We're all in favor of that.
Dana,
Okay, that was
else?
one of your issues, paying online. That's good.
Dana, what else do you have?
Anything else?
That is all
That's it?
I have.
Okay.
Before we close the meeting, I just want to thank every single person for coming out tonight. It's just come every last Wednesday of the month because it's so good to have conversation and comments and other points of view.
And Gary brought his granddaughter. It's so wonderful.
I can tell you from being a single person out in those seats many times, it's very nice and refreshing to see a full room and engagement, and engagement is where it starts, and engagement is where change begins. And so I'm very grateful that we had a great turnout tonight, and very excited about the next 6 years, and hopefully we can continue to have a full and engaged room and working together. So thank you all for turning out tonight. I very much appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
I appreciate it every
Yeah.
time somebody shows up.
Yeah.
So come back.
Put that in.
Okay, wait. I make a motion that we close this January, what date is it?
5th.
meeting.
2026 meeting.
Thank you. Thanks, Mary. Thanks,
All in
everybody.
favor? Yes.
Aye.